Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Growing tired of knots, tangled up in problems, and not caring enough. Now I'm on a journey to find what's right, always telling the truth.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Eskow.
Jeff Doing about time. San Diego. It's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Sports World Radio. Jeff Ascow, Sean Mann in the house with you guys today. Lots and lots to get to. Before we get to all of that, let's get all the particulars out of the way. What do you say we do that first? You're listening to Sports World Radio on SportsWorldRadio.com. So head on over there. If you're not over there, if you're listening to it on Honest Answer Radio, thank you very much. If you're listening to us on Good and Plenty Radio, thank you very much. And if you're listening to us on Philly Beerman Radio, thank you very much. Follow us on Twitter over there at twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. And like our Facebook page at facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. It's just a Sports World Radio kind of thing. If you're hanging out at SportsWorldRadio.com and you have Skype, click that little red icon on the left-hand side of the page that says Call Now, and you'll be able to call the show. You'll be directed right to the show for Skype users only. If you're a non-Skype user, 619-663-3715. That's 619-663-3715 is the number to get in touch with us. Ask us anything you want. Now, with all that out of the way, what do you say, hey, we bring in that co-host of ours, Sean Mann, the Update Man. What's going on, buddy?
I'm doing good, Jeff, and welcome everybody. It's 6:06 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 3:06 p.m. on the West. It's Wednesday, July 16th, 2014. Weather right now is 100 degrees, very, very hot, and I am glad I'm in a cool house. How are you, Jeff, and how's the weather out there?
Weather out here is great, man. It's beautiful. It's sunny. It's gorgeous. I just turned the air conditioner off. We'll see how hot it gets here in the studio.
Excellent.
What's going on with you, my friend? Weather is good out there. 100
Hot.
100 degrees, huh?
Hot.
Well, about time you're getting some heat.
It'll be cooling off this weekend, though. I'm
About
doing well,
time.
though, in general.
About time. Look at this. Barnum and Bailey Circus back on the air. That's right. We're back on the air, my friends. Glad everybody could be listening to us. Hey, little quick reminder. Don't forget, if you're hanging out in the Spreaker chat room with us, and you want to come, if you're listening to the show and you want to come and hang out in the chat room with us, head on over to Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker.com. If you don't have an account over there, it's free. Sign up really quick. Type in Sports World Radio. Come over and hang out in the chat room with us. And you can ask us questions that way as well. If you're in the chat room or later on you're listening to the show, right above the volume is a little heart. Click the heart and make it dark, and that means you like the show. We'd appreciate if you click the heart and like the show. Thank you very much.
Did it before you even said anything, Jeff.
Well, yeah,
So
you
if
gotta-
he's going to say it, I'm going to click it right now.
That's right. I click it every time I come in here. That's the first thing I click as soon as I get in here. And then I open up the chat room. And then I send all my stuff out to let people know that we're doing the show live. So all the people that enjoy Sports World Radio can come and listen to me and Sean spew our garbage. Hey, you know something? I'm a little perturbed. You know that? I'm a little pissed off, to tell you the truth.
Disgusted about what?
Major League Baseball, if you really want to know.
I knew you would say that.
they-
Everybody's talking about how
they
everybody
pulled-
on Facebook is missing baseball.
No, I'm not missing baseball at all. Screw baseball. I'm pissed off at them. And nobody's got the balls to say it but me. So I'm
Why
going
are
to say
you
it.
disgusted with MLB? What's the reason,
Those
Jeff?
freaking guys blew it last night. No Tony Gwynn tribute, nothing?
No.
Nothing?
No,
You
that was
blew it
terrible.
last night. You blew it big time last night. That was disgusting. Terrible.
I figured we'd be starting off with the show
Terrible.
with this 'cause I didn't see one thing on Tony Gwynn.
That was terrible last night, Major League Baseball. You blew it big time. Big, big, big time. I'm disgusted with you. As far as I'm concerned, you deserve the Rat Bastard of the Week.
Yeah, we can add that to the list. Encyclopedia
That's
Man,
terrible,
that's a good
man.
candidate. If you got any other ideas, let me know, and I will put that on there for the list of the Rat Bastard candidates for the month of July.
That's disgusting.
Speaking
was
of
just
which,
terrible.
Tony Gwynn didn't get a tribute last night, but a man who did get a tribute was Derek Jeter. This is his last Major League Baseball All-Star game. The American League, they prevailed by a score of 5-3.
I was disgusted with that last night. Just simply disgusted. That was a bunch of bull donkey hogwash. And I know that the MLB came out and said, we didn't want to single out anybody that passed away this year, so we didn't make a tribute to anybody. Something along that effect.
If I was commissioner, you involve everybody who's passed away. Give me a
Exactly
break.
right. Exactly right. That's a bunch of bull donkey.
The Encyclopedia Man says, yeah, if we do a darn show on Friday, LOL, then we can finally give out the awards.
Well, we're doing a show on Friday there, you rat bastard. As long as my back don't give out. My back's not giving out so far, so we're doing one. We're doing one right now, aren't we, you rat bastard?
Okay, so the American League, they prevailed by a score of 5-3, which means any team from the American League with a winning record will be hosting the World Series. That goes for division winners and, of course, anybody who
Yeah,
represents
so now
the
you're
wild card.
you're hoping your freaking Red Sox win, don't you, you freaking rat bastard?
Yeah, we'll see. The second half resumes on Friday. Everybody's kind of disgusted with MLB that we're having to wait 2 days and then they have to play on Friday. Derek Jeter last night got a memorable standing ovation from the crowd at Target Field as he says, so long to Major League Baseball after this year. What did you think of that tribute to Derek Jeter, Jeff?
It was okay. It was pretty cool. I'm disgusted with them. So anything you ask me, I'm not going to be happy about it. I'm disgusted with Major League Baseball. I really am. I'm disgusted with them and what they did last night. Nothing, which was a bunch of bull.
Encyclopedia Man says, I cried. I think a
Wussy.
lot of people did because everybody knows how much of a class act Derek Jeter was. But I can agree with you, Jeff, that that's a bad decision by MLB not to pay one little bit of a tribute. And I know once we get Frank into the show tomorrow afternoon, Frank will have a little bit of disgust over it,
You want to know something? Soon as the show ended yesterday, I went inside and cooked dinner, and I turned the TV up in the living room. So I was listening to everything. I didn't see anything, but I was listening. Okay? I was disgusted. Simply disgusted last night. And then I came back into the studio and I watched it until 7 o'clock. Nothing on Tony Gwynn. I said, screw you guys, and I left. Pissed me off.
Mike Trout, perhaps the top candidate to succeed, 40-year-old Derek Jeter. He earned and received the All-Star Trophy last night as the American League won. He's 22 years old. He had a big game for the American League.
I know, and he didn't get the MVP. How terrible is that? You know what I'm saying?
Well, everybody was posting on Facebook saying Derek Jeter, since this is his last year, he goes 2 for 2. He should deserve the MVP, but no, MLB gave it to Mike Trout.
No, he should have. He should have gotten the. You're correct. They should have gave him the MVP last night. They should have gave it to him instead of Mike Trout.
Joke.
I didn't really watch a lot of it, to tell you the truth.
Because
I was
after
pissed.
that, you said,
I was
heck with this,
pissed,
I'm
yeah.
disgusted.
I was disgusted, so I left. I was, man. I was disgusted. They didn't do anything. Nothing. The guy put 20 years in there. The best hitter in baseball in the last 20 years. Nothing? That's disgusting. Disgusting.
The Encyclopedia Man adds, I am just kidding. I didn't cry. I'm trolling because he is the classiest player of all time in baseball. And then Encyclopedia Man says, Aaron Andrews remind me of my biology teacher. Ooh.
I'm disgusted. I was so pissed off last night. I was fit to be tied.
If you were seeing Bud Selig, what would you say to him first?
First thing I would ask him is, why didn't you do a tribute to Tony Gwynn? And I know what his answer is going to be. I know exactly what his answer is going to be. We didn't want to single out anybody that passed away. You had Bob Welsh, you had Popeye, you had Jim Fagosi, Tony Gwynn. You had a bunch of people. I understand that. But who was the best hitter in the last 20 years, 25 years in Major League Baseball?
Tony Gwynn.
That's it. End of conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I can guarantee you, and this is going to be a mean thing to say, but I'm going to say it, and I don't care if you people like it or not. Okay? If and when Cal Ripken Jr. passes away, they will do something for him at the All-Star game, and I'm going to be fit to be tied. I'm telling you, I'm going to be fit to be tied.
On that note, we're going to run to commercial.
And that's not a nice thing to say, but I said it anyway. And if you don't like what I said, give us a call at 619-663-3715 and tell me you don't like it. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Storms move. Use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann with you each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West. And if you live in the Central,
figure that out for yourself.
Wow, check him out, man. He's really letting you have it today, ain't he? Wow.
Doggone right.
All right, what do you got for me next, buddy?
All right, the next story we move to more MLB news. Wolf willing to re-examine the new Oakland ballpark. Thank you, Encyclopedia Man, for this story. Athletics owner Lou Wolf is willing to re-examine whether it would make sense to build a new ballpark at the site of the Oakland Coliseum. Wolf has hope for a new stadium in San Jose, California, but that is in the territory of the San Francisco Giants, who have blocked the A's from building there. Major League Baseball Commissioner Bud Selig appointed a committee in March 2009 to examine the issue, but the committee has not made any public report. Now, Jeff, you and I did a story about this, I believe it was last week or a few weeks ago on a show, and we talked about how this is becoming kind of a troubling situation. If the A's and Raiders are willing to move out of Network Associates Coliseum in Oakland, this controversy is getting worse and worse. They got to get something figured out. And I don't necessarily like the idea of the Athletics moving to San Jose. That would not make sense at all. What do you think?
Why would the A's move to San Jose? They're the Oakland A's. They're not the San Jose A's.
That's what and I'm like saying, I always have remembered them as the Oakland Athletics. Why even go to the risk and the opportunity of putting a new ballpark in San Jose? Doesn't make sense.
There's not a lot of people in San Jose.
No. All they got
Jose.
is the San Jose Sharks from hockey.
Do you know what's in San Jose?
What?
Nothing. You ever been to San Jose?
No, have you?
Yes. You know what's there?
What?
Nothing.
The Coliseum has hosted the Oakland Athletics games since 1968, but has had sewage and lightning problems.
There's nothing there, man. It's all cow land.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yep.
It's like Fresno. It's all cow land, man. It's all manure. It's what it smells like. You ever been to Fresno? I've been to Fresno. Okay? I spent some time in Fresno painting a couple of banks up there and stuff. Right? It stinks. It smells like nothing but cow manure, man. I'm serious. So does San Jose. It's ridiculous. Why would you want to be there?
This is a big
San
issue for
Jose.
both the Raiders. Yeah, this is a big issue, Jeff, for the Raiders and for the Athletics. If they're going to move, better figure out some way to get a new ballpark. Like you said, San Jose doesn't have anything. All they got for a major sporting event is the San Jose Sharks.
Yeah, where are they gonna build the stadium on cow manure? Are you kidding me?
I don't know what the mayor of Oakland's going to do.
You're crazy. Stay in Oakland. I bet you there's a parking lot right next to where the stadium is now, right? Build a freaking new stadium in the parking lot and demolish the old one and make the old one the parking lot. You bunch of jackasses. That's what freaking New York did. That's what the Giants and the Jets did.
Or if the Raiders are smart, I don't know if you like the sound of this, Jeff, but remember, it's happened before. The Raiders say, okay, we can't find a new stadium. We can't build a new stadium in Oakland, so why don't we just go ahead and move to Los Angeles again and become the L.A. Raiders like they were back in the 80s?
That's fine, too. Or why don't they go to San Francisco and share the stadium over there?
With the 49ers?
Yeah.
Well, you got to remember the 49ers, this is their last year they're playing at Candlestick, and I do believe that next year they're going to be moving into a brand new stadium in 2015.
So why doesn't Oakland go with them and they share the stadium and they both, and they can have games there every week, kind of like the Jets and the Giants? What's
that would
the
be
problem?
easy. That makes sense for an easy conflict resolution.
I know. Why do I have to think of everything?
Look what Encyclopedia Man says. He goes, bring it in Sacramento, California.
There's nothing in Sacramento either. That's why the Sacramento Kings wanted to leave. There's nothing there. That's cow manure land, too. Sacramento.
So I don't know what to tell you, what the A's
Josh
are going to
says,
do and what the Raiders, but this is getting to be a mess.
Sean, Josh says they are playing in a new stadium this year. The 49ers are playing in a new... This is the last year for Candlestick Park, correct? This is the last year for Candlestick Park. I think the San Francisco 49ers are opening up the new park.
Yeah. I thought it was next year. Thanks, Encyclopedia Man.
Yeah, so it's coming up this year. So why doesn't the Oakland Raiders share that freaking stadium with them like the Giants and the Jets do? They'll take care of the problem right there in a nutshell. One week it's red and gold, and next week it's black and silver. What's the problem?
I don't know what the problem is, but
the problem
that's
is,
be a major
you know what the problem is? The problem is that the San Francisco 49er fans don't want no Oakland Raider fans in there. That's the problem.
You have to remember, with the Oakland Raider fans, they are really, really crazy. And I know, Jeff, that there have been Raider fans that have camped out in San Diego when Oakland goes down there, and they're nuts. Raider fans are very, very tough to be around because crazy, nuts, and a little violent.
A little violent?
Violent a lot.
You think?
I know.
A little violent? Come on. Major fights at freaking Raider games.
Well, have you seen any? Have you been a witness, Jeff, to any fights at Raider games before?
Heck yeah, man. We went to the Raider game a couple of years back. Me, my brother-in-law, and my nephew. Fight right a couple of rows up from us. Heck yeah, man. We were down right on the field, too. Pretty good seats.
Well, we'll see what happens. It just depends on what the Raiders and the Athletics figure out, because if they don't, this is going to be a long struggle if they can't figure out a way to find a new stadium for both teams.
Hey, who's watching the I don't like to talk about it a lot because you know how much I think about ESPN, but who's watching the ESPYs tonight?
No, I'm not.
You're not going to watch the ESPYs?
No, I don't really watch the ESPYs every year. Are you?
I'll probably watch some of it. I'll watch some of it, and then I'll move on. Then I'll move on. You know, there's no sports on, man.
No sports for Major League Baseball till Friday, so
you
want to
get
busier as time goes on.
You want to know something? Although there is how many? Let me see here. Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 MLS soccer games on tonight. Woohoo! Big freaking deal.
Like I really care about watching soccer.
You know what I'm going to watch tonight?
What?
I'm going to watch from 7 to 8, I'm going to watch The Big Bang Theory. And then from 8 to 9, I'm going to watch Big Brother. And then from 9 to 10, I'm moving over to USA Network to finish out my night. That's what I'm doing tonight.
You might as well figure out some way to keep yourself preoccupied.
Screw the ESPYs. You're right. Screw the ESPYs.
I don't watch them. It's just like, here's what the Encyclopedia Man says. I'm looking to see what stupid thing Skip Bayless will say in the red carpet show.
That's great, Josh. I love that. That's great, Josh. I love that. What is it? Start right after we go off the air tonight? 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock p.m., 5 o'clock Pacific?
Yeah, then I think they have like an encore presentation of it.
Yeah, it'll be on like 4 times tonight, so you don't have to watch it live. You know? They'll be on 4 Hey, you want to know something?
What?
Yesterday we were talking about the NBA, right?
Yes.
And yesterday I said that the Chicago Cubs, the Chicago Bulls, are probably the best team in the East, right? As of yesterday, right?
Yes, I was a witness, and you said that yesterday when Frank was here, too.
Well, you want to know something? As of today, the Chicago Bulls are now definitely the best team in the East. How do the Indiana Pacers let Lance Stevenson go to the Hornets?
I don't know what Larry Bird is trying to do with the Indiana Pacers. If he's feeling like, I'm blowing it, the Pacers have been there twice to the Eastern Conference Finals. And remember, Bird even said after the game against Miami that Frank Vogel, his job is safe. But if Bird is trying to rebuild the team, Vogel could be there till next year, and then he could be gone.
Am I wrong? Didn't Indiana offer him a lot more money?
They did. They offered him a lot more money, and he refused, and now he's going over to Chicago.
No, he's going over to the Hornets.
To the Bobcats. No, Hornets, yeah.
He went to the Charlotte Hornets. They're not called the Bobcats no more, Charlotte. They're called the Charlotte Hornets now.
Which is what they should be called to begin with.
Correct. Well, they had a little confusion because when Charlotte was originally there, they moved to New Orleans, and they were called the New Orleans Hornets. Now that Charlotte got another franchise, they went to Charlotte Bobcats. Now that the New Orleans Hornets are called the New Orleans Pelicans, the Charlotte Bobcats took back their original name. Now this year, starting this year, they are the Charlotte Hornets again. Okay? How crazy is that?
That's nuts.
That's nuts to begin with. But the owner, Michael Jordan, gets Stevenson for 3 years for only $27 million. Am I wrong? Didn't Indiana offer him $44 million?
Yeah.
What the hell is this guy doing?
And why would you want to go to the Charlotte Hornets? Because they are a team that's a non-contender.
What's up, Jazzy Jeff? How you doing, buddy?
So, yeah, the Bulls, you're right. Now they are the best team in the Eastern Conference. The only team I can still see possibly dethroning the Bulls next year. Can't believe I'm saying this.
Don't say it.
Possibly.
Don't say it. Don't you even say it, because I'm not there. But you're gonna smack yourself in the back of the head. But don't say it.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
No,
No, I'm teasing. I don't know anybody in the Eastern Conference.
Okay, yesterday the Eastern Conference was wide open with Stevenson going to the Hornets.
Yeah.
It's even more wide open. That just opened because I thought it would be Chicago, Indiana, right? Now it's Chicago, and who else knows who else is who?
Who else can compete with the Bulls? I don't see anybody.
Everybody now is like they're like all in. Everybody's like a 4, 5, and 6 team now, in the field of 8 in the East, right?
Right.
Everybody's like a 4, 5, and 6 except for Chicago.
And on that note, we're going to run to commercial. We'll talk more about this for the break.
Sports World Radio.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the best 2 hours of sports talk on the internet each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West. And you know what? If you live in the Central,
Just figure that out for yourself.
yeah, I'm getting tired of telling you. Okay, so during the break, I had Sean, because I couldn't get to Josh, so I had Sean grab me, he's looking at it, the Cleveland Cavaliers roster as it sits now, and the Chicago Bulls roster as it sits now.
All on separate links that I have. And we're at
Beautiful.
34 minutes past the hour on the 16th of July. And this was a good visit that Jeff and I were talking about, because it is driving a lot of people crazy, including me and Jeff, how you could think for some reason that the Cleveland Cavaliers are a 3-1 odd to win the NBA championship. If I were the people in Vegas, I'd start switching your odds real quickly and not even think for a minute that the Cavs are going to win it. Remember, LeBron's only signed for 2 years.
And I'm going to prove it to you, okay? I'm going to prove it to you right now. Do me a favor. Go down the Cleveland roster for me.
All right, I got the full Cleveland Cavalier roster. Here we go. Number 15, Anthony Bennett.
Okay.
Number 8, Matthew Della Vedova. That's a tough one to say for the last one. Number 30 is Carrick Felix.
Go ahead.
I'm not going too fast. All right. Number 12, Joe Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Number 33, Brendan Haywood.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Kyrie Irving.
Right.
Number 6, LeBron James.
He's going to wear number 6, huh? Okay, go ahead.
Number 13, Mike Miller.
Go ahead.
Number 33, Dwight Powell.
Go ahead.
Number 13, Tristan Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
Number 17, Anderson Varejao.
Okay, go ahead.
Number 3, Dion Waiters.
Mm-hmm.
Number 22, Andrew Wiggins.
Uh-huh.
That's your full Cleveland Cavalier roster.
Yeah, that sounds like a championship team right there. Wow. Okay, now, you have the roster in front of you, right?
Yes.
How many players on that team are either rookies or 1 or 2 years in the league? Really quick. You can go down it really quick and look, right?
I would say, Jeff, when I'm looking at it, there's like, I would say there's probably about 5 or 8 players that are from 19 to 23 years of age.
Unbelievable.
There's
and
Andrew
they just
Wiggins,
added James
he's 19
Jones.
years old.
And they just added James Jones, if I remember correctly, too.
Yeah.
So
That's some championship team you got there,
right.
Cleveland.
Okay, now do Chicago.
All right. For the 6-time champion Chicago Bulls, here's their roster. Number 41, Cameron Bairstow.
Mm-hmm.
Number 21, Jimmy Butler. And then another player that doesn't have a number yet. His name is Tahada. That's a tough one to say for the last one. I don't know how to say that. Number 34, Mike Dunleavy. Number 32, Jimmer Fredette.
Uh-huh.
Number 16, Pal Gasol. Number 22, Taj Gibson. Number 12, Kirk Heinrich.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, Doug McDermott. And then there's Nikolai. That's a tough one to say. And then there's Nazeh Mohammed, number 48. Number 13 is Joakim Noah. Milovan Rekovic. Number 1, of course, is Derrick Rose. Number 20 is Tony Snell. And that's your complete roster for the Chicago Bulls. And there's a lot of them from like 22 to 29. So there are players in their 20s, but they've had more years of experience in the NBA.
I happen to think Miami's better. Paul Gasol is over there. Rose is over there. They're a better team, Chicago. And as a Knicks fan, I hate saying that. I'm looking at Miami Heat 2014-2015 roster.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Chris Anderson's on there. Shane Battier is still there for some reason. I thought he retired. Ray Allen is still on that team? Or is he a free agent?
Ray Allen, no word yet.
Luol Deng is there. Norris Cole, Mario Chalmers, Tony Douglas. Udonis Haslam's still there. Danny Granger is there. Shabazz Napier is coming. Wade is there. Greg Oden is there. Josh McRoberts is there. Justin Hamilton. I said Danny Granger. How crazy is that, man? Tony Douglas, James Ernest. Yeah, that sounds like a championship team right there. The East is wide open, boys and girls. Wide open.
But I'd have to say, though, the heavy favorite to win the Eastern Conference, and you're going to like this encyclopedia, man, I'm going to have to say is your Chicago Bulls, because look at what they've done. And Indiana's starting to go to the rebuilding phases because they just lost one of their key pieces to the Charlotte Hornets.
Unbelievable. How crazy is that?
And how bad do you think Larry Bird is feeling, like Pat Riley? I'm pretty sure he's just very disgusted now because they offered they offered that one player who went to the Hornets more money, and now he's in Charlotte.
And Houston still got screwed out of the whole deal, didn't they?
Houston did. Thinking about how they could have had Chris Bosh on their team, maybe Dwayne Wade or Melo, but now the Rockets, they'll still make the playoffs maybe as a 6 or 5 seed for next year. But they got to be kicking themselves hard thinking, darn, we tried everything we could and we didn't, and nothing goes our way. Everything fell through.
We got all this action going on in basketball, and we got no basketball until October. How about that?
Yeah, the players come back for training camp. That would be right around, it's like middle or late September, and then the exhibition season starts in October.
Yeah, that kind of stinks, man. All this basketball action going on right now, Who's going where? This guy's going here. This guy's going there. That person's going over here. And you won't be able to see none of it until freaking October. Look at Jazzy Jeff. Jazzy Jeff says Miami will be a 3 or 4 seed at best. Well, you want to know something, Jazzy Jeff? As far as I'm concerned, the whole East is a 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 seed. It doesn't freaking matter. With Stevenson leaving and going to freaking the Hornets, it just made the East that much weaker.
And for you, Jeff, Encyclopedia Man, and for Jazzy Jeff, where does that put the Washington Wizards? Because remember, Magic Johnson says that with the addition of Paul Pierce, the Wizards are a top contending team in the Eastern Conference.
Go get me the Wizards
roster.
I doubt that. Are you kidding me? Who did they lost Ariza and they added Paul Pierce. Sure, they added a veteran, but how much does he really have left, kids?
Paul Pierce is 36 years old, and here's the lineup and the roster for the Wizards. Number 3, Bradley Beal. He's 21 years old. Number 35, Trevor Booker. 26. Number 4 is Melvin Eli. Drew Gooden, number 90. Marcin Gortat. Nene, number 42. Number 43, Chris Humphreys. They just made a trade with him. Andre Miller, number 24. Paul Pierce at number 34. Otto Porter Jr., Glenn Rice Jr., Kevin Serapin, Chris Singleton, Garrett Temple, John Wall, and Martell Webster. There's your lineup, Jeff, for the Washington Wizards. And a lot of the players I'm looking at right now, A lot of them are in their 20s.
How many players is that?
Is it 15 or something? Yeah, I think so.
I'm sitting here looking at the Knicks roster. We got 19 freaking players. What the hell's going on here?
I think each team's got like 19.
19 freaking players. What the hell? You're only allowed to carry what? 15 during the season? 12? 13 during the season? What the hell? They got to get rid of J.R. Smith. He's got to go, man. But nobody's going to take that contract.
For your team.
Yeah, nobody's going to take that contract. Colt Aldridge is over there. Thania Sakatokomotopo is over there, which is a rookie. He just got picked up. Melo. They got to get rid of Bargani, too. He's got to go. Shannon Brown. Jose Calderon. I like Jose Calderon. He's going to be a good point guard for the system. Samuel Dalbert, they got from Dallas. Clint Anthony Early, who they picked up in the draft. Wayne Ellington. Tim Hardaway Jr., which I happen to like. Louis Libreri. Shane Larkin. You know who Shane Larkin is, right?
I've heard of him, yes.
Yeah, he's Barry Larkin's son. He used to play for the Spurs. No, not the Spurs. Who the hell was it? I don't remember the team that he used to play for, but the Knicks picked him up. They're going to need a good point guard, too. Kenyon Martin is probably not going to make the team. Tor Mori probably won't make the team. Pablo Bragani, he'll probably be there. Iman Schubert, they'll probably trade. J.R. Smith, they need to trade. Amari Stoudemire, they need to trade. And then Jeremy Tyler. They got too many people, man.
And on that note, we're going to run to an update.
Yes.
And after the update, we'll talk more about it.
Our first update right now. Our first update is brought to you by ShirtShopper.net. With the NFL season getting ready to start, head on over to ShirtShopper.net. Click on the Sports tab, and then the drop-down button, click on NFL, and then pick your team and get your NFL favorite team shirt today at ShirtShopper.net. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the first update of the day.
Thank you, Jeff, and thank you, everybody. We're 46 minutes past the hour. It is Wednesday, July 16th, 2014. We're going to start in the Major League Baseball. As you all know, no games today or tomorrow as second half of the baseball season resumes on Friday. There was one final, though, and that comes from yesterday. The American League, they take the game by a score of 5-3 against the National League as the 85th Major League Baseball All-Star Game has been signed, sealed, and delivered, and all done. Next year's Major League Baseball All-Star Game, the 86th, will be held in Cincinnati, Ohio. I believe that's what Frank was telling me yesterday. Other news to report, Bud Selig in Major League Baseball has been discussing the option of finding a new ballpark for the Oakland A's, but that still is causing a lot of controversy because the Oakland A's are maybe looking at possibly moving to San Jose, and then the Raiders are looking at a new home too. So there's a lot of controversy going on with those two teams. Tonight on ESPN, we'll feature the 2014 ESPY Awards. It'll cover all the major sporting events from the year 2013. That is expected to begin at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific, on, of course, the home and the worldwide leader in sports, ESPN. In the NBA, of course, the big news coming, Stevenson from the Indiana Pacers has decided to leave and go to the Charlotte Hornets. Other news to report, LeBron James continues to be happy, not just as a Cavalier, but he also added James Jones to the list. So the Cavaliers continuing to go out and spend the money to make sure that their team can be a tough team in that Eastern Conference. The Wizards made some news. They are going to snag Blair in the sign and trade deal with the Dallas Mavericks on Wednesday, according to sources close to the situation from ESPN. This concludes the first of two updates. And remember, this update was brought to you by ShirtShopper.net. let us run to a commercial break.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann, bringing you on a 2-hour sports journey like you've never ever heard before. Okay, so before we left, Sean, where were we at?
The last thing we were talking about is all the free agency and all the moves that were going on. I like what you guys are saying here. You know, Jazzy Jeff said, with the way Phil is there, you got to give the Knicks a fighting chance. And then Encyclopedia Man made a good point, and I agree with him, that maybe it would be wise for the Bulls to say, hey, Knicks, we'll take J.R. Smith. And I think, Jeff, you would agree with that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, get him off my stinking hands. I can't stand that rat bastard. I don't like him at all. Not one bit. Never have, never did. So take him. You can have him. I like to see Amari Stoudemire and Bargani go too. So we'll leave him about $50 million from the cap. Woo, yeah. That'd be beautiful. I'd like to see that happen. But no takers yet.
Jazzy Jeff also said one word explains the stupidity of the Cavs. Being the odds-on favorite to win it all. That word is Spurs.
Oh, yeah, you got it. With the East being the way it is right now, forget about it.
So the East is wide open. What does that make the West, Jeff? Same thing, wide open?
No, it makes the Spurs the number 1 team in the NBA. Even though the West is a little tougher. And that's why I think the West is going to win again, because it's a tougher division. But the East is wide open. You don't know who's going to win. You don't know if it's going to be Chicago. You don't know if it's going to be Indiana. You don't know if it's going to be Washington. You don't know if it's going to be Atlanta. You don't know if it's going to be the Knicks. You don't know if it's going to be Cleveland. You don't know if it's going to be Miami. You don't know who the hell it's going to be.
I can't wait to see what it'll be like when the season starts in late October and see how everybody looks when that spring of next year comes for the playoffs.
It's going to be ridiculous, man.
I tell you, though, if Cleveland, and I know how you are about ifs, Jeff, if Cleveland does not win an NBA championship with LeBron James there, with the 2 years that he is going to sign, there will be anger in Cleveland again, and then LeBron could just come out
Gonna
and
leave
say
and
to the
go
whole
to New
world,
York.
I am going to take my talents to another destination.
Yeah, he's gonna leave and go to the Knicks, play with Carmelo. That'll kill Cleveland. That'll literally freaking kill the Cleveland Cavalier fans.
So I say if you're a Cavalier fan, enjoy it now while it lasts, because once it goes fast and then he decides to become a free agent and he goes to New York, they'll be grabbing his stuff, they'll be burning his jersey, and it's just what we would expect from the typical LeBron James, because in Miami, they are disgusted.
Hey,
They're still angry about it down there in South Beach.
Josh says, no, Brooklyn. He'll go to Brooklyn. Yeah, like he's going to go to Brooklyn. No, he's going to go to the Knicks. Play in Madison Square Garden, the biggest stage in basketball. Madison Square Garden, by far none. The biggest stage in basketball.
The most famous arena.
Mm-hmm. That's right. You play
Brooklyn? Oh, come on. Here's the thing,
No.
Encyclopedia Man. What kind of talents could he bring to a Brooklyn team? You know, Brooklyn's been bragging it to the Knicks' faces about they're the kings of New York. They made the playoffs this year. But here's the thing. Did they win the NBA championship this year? No, they did not.
And do you know that, where did I see that? There's only 6 people. If I read that correctly, 6 people in the NBA that have a no-trade clause in their contract.
Yeah.
Do you know who those 6 people are?
No.
I'm trying to remember where I put that article. Because if I could find that article, then you people are in trouble. I think I know who they are. No, I don't see that.
Well, here's what the Encyclopedia Man said. Here's what he also added. Then what, he going to take his talents to the LA Lakers, Jeff?
Who? LeBron?
LeBron, yeah,
No.
LeBron to the LA Lakers?
No, he's not going to go to the West. You know why? Too tough in the West. Too tough in the West.
I don't think he can handle the pressure if he went to LA and he went down there and he played, and like Jeff said, the Western Conference is loaded and very, very tough.
Yeah,
I think he likes where he's at right now, the Eastern Conference.
He's too tough. He ain't going to go to the West. He'll stay out in the East where it's wide open, where any freaking team with any capabilities can win at any time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find that article that I had. Because I was reading an article the other day about Carmelo Anthony not signing a max contract. And in the article, it said that he has a no-trade clause in his contract and that there's only 5 other people in the NBA, 5 other players in the NBA that have that in their contract. LeBron, not LeBron. Carmelo was one. Kobe Bryant is another one. Kevin Durant is another one. And I can't remember the other 2. But how about that? Out of all the ball players in the NBA, there's only 5 or 6 players that have a no-trade clause in their contract. That's pretty amazing, huh, Sean?
It is pretty amazing.
I mean, there's a lot of players in the NFL that have it, a lot of players in Major League Baseball that have it, but only 5 in the NBA.
What do you mean there, Encyclopedia Man? Kind of going back to it, he says, yeah, take it the easy way out. That's why he ain't on my top 10 list of all time. I'm thinking, are you talking LeBron? Because I know that Encyclopedia Man got so sick of hearing about LeBron this and LeBron that.
I know. Well, I'm not really talking about LeBron, am I?
I think he is, but I heard what you were saying for your top 6.
Screw LeBron. Hey, Mike Miller goes to join LeBron, big deal. James Jones goes to join LeBron, big deal. Rashad Lewis leaves Heat and goes to the Mavs. Mark Cuban's doing something over there. Mark Cuban and Dirk Nowitzki, they must have a love affair going on. Because correct me if I'm wrong. Dirk Nowitzki signed a 3-year deal worth $25 million to stay with the Dallas Mavericks, and he's the 4th highest paid player on his own team? Wow, what's going on over there?
Not sure.
Dirk Nowitzki not only took a hometown discount, Mark Cuban bought Dirk Nowitzki at the 99-cent store.
Well, here's the way I look at it, Jeff, when you're talking about Dirk Nowitzki. Mark Cuban was desperate. He says, look, I want you to retire as a Dallas Maverick. Maybe we got more in you to win a couple more championships.
But they added Maurice Williams, point guard. But am I wrong? Is Dirk Nowitzki making a lot of money in advertising?
Yeah.
He is making money in advertising?
I believe he is.
I don't see him on TV.
I don't know. Maybe Mark Cuban's trying to get him involved in shows. I don't know. I don't see him on TV too, but I'm sure that he would be trying to work really hard to do more advertising.
I don't see him pushing products like that. I mean, come on. We all know that LeBron is making more money off of advertising than he is in basketball. That's what Michael Jordan did, right?
Yeah.
We all know that's going on. Kobe Bryant the same way. Correct?
Correct.
Dwayne Wade, probably the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't Dirk Nowitzki? Where else is his money coming from? He takes a 3-year, $25 million deal? Are you freaking kidding me? What's in the water over there in Dallas for him to do that?
And on that note, we're going to talk more about this. We're going to run to commercial.
SportsWorldRadio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Have you ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
to Sports World Radio. I'm sitting here watching the red carpet on the ESPYs, and they had two little kids, New York Knicks kid reporters. That was freaking pretty cool, man. Knicks are getting some kid reporters out there. They got to do something to change their freaking outlook that everybody has of them, I guess, right? Right, Sean?
Right on, man.
Okay, so before we ran to break, you're listening to Sports World Radio, Jeff Escow, Sean Man. Before we went to break, my friend, I was spewing the truth and garbage about what I thought about Dirk Nowitzki signing a 3-year deal for $25 million. Yes, he's going to retire
as a Dallas Maverick.
As a Dallas Maverick. So I'm thinking, and I hope I'm right, I'm thinking that Mark Cuban is going to take care of Dirk Nowitzki when he's done. Put him in the front office and pay him a cushy-tushy money.
Or making him an assistant coach.
Why would you want to do that? After
so he can,
how many years?
So he can work with the other players.
I mean, how many years has he been with Dallas? Huh?
He's been with Dallas since like 97 or 98.
97, 98.
Right.
Okay, so he's been there a long time. He's going to retire. He's going to be there for another 3 years. So he's going to be there for 20 years, correct?
Correct.
Okay? He'll be there for 20. Who knows? We don't live in Dallas. Maybe he does commercials for a Ford company out there or a Toyota company. I don't know. Maybe he's making money now. I don't know.
He's trying to help the sponsors in Dallas, possibly.
Yeah, he could be doing that. I don't know. Maybe he's making money locally and not nationally. I don't know, because I don't see his ass on TV for commercials for like peanut butter or something.
Well, here's what the Encyclopedia Man said. He goes, look, the reason why the Mavericks are trying to be so competitive, Jeff, is it a battle of Texas for the Western Conference Championship? I would have to agree.
Well, okay.
Look what the Spurs have done.
Okay, well, I happen to think with what Dallas has done recently, the only two teams in Texas that are worth the crap right now are Dallas and San Antonio. Houston's sitting in the garbage can as far as I'm concerned.
Well, Houston hasn't even won an NBA championship since 1995, so
they're
trying to figure out some way to win it.
Houston's in trouble. They are in big trouble. They didn't get Carmelo. They didn't get Bosh. They lost Lynn. They're in trouble. I don't care what they say. Okay? They didn't get nothing that they wanted. I don't care what somebody says from Houston. They're in trouble. And you notice how nobody went to Houston? That's because nobody wants to play with Dwight Howard. And that's a problem.
Yeah, Dwight Howard is one of the big problems there for that Houston Rocket team, and that's why players are like saying, well, if he's got an attitude, I don't want to play with him.
I mean, nobody wants to go and play with him. That's pretty sad.
Pretty much is.
Nobody wants to come there. You got a problem. You know that? They lost out on everybody they tried to get, and they lost Lynn. How bad is that?
That's terrible. That makes the Rockets a team that could be rebuilding, and you wonder if Kevin McHale's job is on the line.
It could be. It could be. You never know. Hey, the Lakers still don't have a coach, right?
LA Lakers are still hunting for a coach.
Unstinking believable.
Here's what Encyclopedia Man said about Dwight Howard, I believe. Because he doesn't have the heart.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have the heart. And I can almost guarantee you Harden's out of there too when his contract is up. He's not going to re-up with them. And all of a sudden, Howard's going to be there all by himself.
Yeah.
Hey,
by himself.
Hey, has anybody been paying attention to the Sterling stuff that's been going on?
Seems like that's kind of died down. I haven't heard a lot of it lately.
I'm looking at an article And the headline says, how sad is this? NBA Commissioner Donald Sterling might still own Clippers at start of next season.
Ooh.
How sad is that?
I don't know. I just think that's a bad decision, because then players are going to be like, well, why would we want to play for a guy who said all these negative comments during the course of the NBA playoffs?
Okay,
and
here's
that
a
really
great
disgusted people.
Okay, here's a great article. This article was written by Mark J. Spears. This guy is fantastic at Yahoo Sports. Okay, Mark is great. I'm trying to get him to come on to the show. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said Tuesday there's still a possibility Donald Sterling will own the Los Angeles Clippers at the start of next season. Okay, Sterling's wife Shelley agreed to sell the Clippers for $2 billion to former Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer, but Donald Sterling is contesting the sale in court. Now this is here we go. No, I cannot say with certainty. Okay, Sterling will own Sterling won't still own the team, and I can't say with certainty because it's in the hands of the probate court right now, and Donald is in the process of suing us for lots of money, and we're defending ourselves against those lawsuits, the commissioner said. I can say with certainty we are doing everything in our power to move Donald out as an owner in the NBA. And as I said, if the probate ruling doesn't go in our favor, we'll recommence our procedures under termination, or we'll recommence our procedures under termination. The only reason I say I can't say it with certainty, it's possible some court would step in and stop us.
This is getting to be nuts. This is going to be a problem. And if I was an LA Clipper fan, I'd be like, no, I don't want him back as owner. Look at all that trouble that he's caused. Because, the Clippers want to find, I hope that still goes to that guy from that, that Microsoft company that bought the Clippers?
Yeah, Steve Ballmer.
Yeah.
Steve Ballmer, former Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer, for two freaking $2 billion. Okay, now the court case resumes on Monday, and Silver said he expects a quick decision from the judge. I've been paying attention. I've been reading articles about the case, and I've been paying attention to it. He got on the stand. Sterling got on the stand one day and said he loved his wife and this, and said nothing nice things. And the next day he got on the stands and called her a fat pig.
It's getting ugly.
It's getting real. Yeah, it's getting real. And then he yelled and screamed at her lawyers, at her. He yelled and screamed at his lawyers. And the jury is seeing all this. Not the jury. The probate judge is watching all this. The probate judge actually slammed on the gavel and said, Mr. Sterling, that's enough. Please be quiet now. Because he was yelling and screaming. So he's not...
No respect.
He's not right. He's not... She went over to kiss him after she got off the stand, and he called her... He said, get away from me, you fat pig. Loud, so everybody can hear him. How crazy is that?
Crazy, nuts, and that just explains the way the world is these days, that there's too much anger in today's world.
The day before that, she got up on the stand, she got off the stand, and she went over there and gave him a kiss. He gave her a kiss and hugged her. The day after she got up off the stand, he called her a fat pig. What? Is that let me ask you a question. Is that a sane person?
Not sure.
I mean, he's basically proving the point for his wife for him by doing all that stuff in the courtroom. He's basically screwing himself. I'm telling you, I've been reading and paying attention to it because I'm kind of intrigued about it, so I've been paying attention. He's screwing himself, man. Big time. No doubt about it. No doubt in my mind. Everything was supposed to be done by now. but they're having a little problem because Sterling is, making things go longer and longer and longer.
Well, here's the thing about Donald Sterling. He's trying to not go away quietly. Like he's saying, I'm not going to let the NBA off the hook.
No,
I'm
and
going
he's
to
got...
stand up for my rights, and I'm going to say, I deserve to be owner, and you can't be booting me out of there.
He's hired 3 different private eyes to go and get dirt on every owner in the NBA, Donald Sterling and David Stern. He wants to play hardball. He wants to play hardball. They're going to take him out because in the bylaws that he signed, if he does damage to the NBA or his team, he can be removed. It's in the freaking bylaws that you signed, Mr. Sterling. So I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I don't get it at all. And another thing I heard before we run to break, the NBA is considering an in-season tournament. Did you hear about this?
No.
No? You didn't hear about this? The NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said the league is considering an in-season neutral site tournament. Very early days in discussion of that, but we're looking at other opportunities in the league to create excitement, Silver said Wednesday at a Board of Governors meetings press conference in Vegas. As one of our general managers said at the meeting, there's very few things that you can win in the NBA. I mean, when you think about it, European soccer, for example, they have the FA Cup and they have other tournaments throughout the season. So I could imagine if we were to look at some sort of mid-season tournament, I would imagine doing something in Vegas. This would be a terrific neutral site location. The tournament will require approval of the NBA Players Association, which means it's likely cannot be introduced until a new collective bargaining agreement is established. Players participating deep into the playoffs already are logging more than 100 games in a season. If the tournament at a to-be-determined site trims regular season, owners might scoff at the idea of giving up revenue. An in-season tournament. How about doing a summer league tournament?
It's possible to keep players trained, and we'll talk more about this before we get back from break.
In-league tournament. Choke, Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, giving you the 2-hour sports journey of your life each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West. And if you live in the Central,
I am so tired of it. You people in the Central, figure that stuff out for yourself.
what do you mean you're so tired of it?
And we have to explain it every time.
Because they don't know. Hey, it's hard for me to remember what time it is. Okay, it's a good thing I live in the Pacific time zone. I only have to remember. See, it's good. It's easy because I know when it's like 6 o'clock here. I know it's 9 o'clock in New York. It's easy. It's 3. When I lived in the Central time zone, that used to piss me off. I'm serious.
That's because you don't live in the land of potato. You don't live in the land of misery.
I don't live no more. When I used to live in misery, it was like living in hell. I'm just saying.
Well, I don't live in Kansas, and I don't have to learn to live with all that humidity and that
okay,
heat.
I have to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you get more? Because how long did you live in Kansas for?
I lived there from 2007 to 2011, so I lived there for 4 years.
Okay, and how long have you been in Idaho?
I have lived here. It'll be 3 years in September.
3 years already?
Yeah.
Holy freaking Toledo, Batman! Wow, really? 3 years
time
already?
flies when you're having fun.
Wow. Okay. What gets colder, Idaho or Kansas?
That's easy, Idaho.
Idaho's colder? Who gets more snow, Kansas or Idaho?
It's more snow, Kansas or Idaho.
Okay. Who gets more humidity, Kansas or Idaho?
Kansas.
Damn Skippy, they do. You get the heat there in Idaho, and in Missouri, you get the freaking heat and humidity. Right?
Right on.
That's why you got to get the hell out of there.
Ready for another story so we can get off NBA? I got something for you.
Okay, Idaho boy.
College football.
Oh,
the
God,
Alabama
come on.
USC college football is going to be in 2016 at the Cowboys Classic at Arlington.
Wake me up when you're over. College football, really.
College football season for 2016 season starts on September 3rd at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It'll be the University of Alabama taking on USC. Maybe Jerry Jones will have a lot of extra seats available for that college football
You know what
game.
you should have done?
What?
You should have waited until Monday when Nicholas is here to say that, so you can get somebody to talk to about it.
The encyclopedia man.
I made you.
told me to do that.
I made you cough. I cracked
Yes,
you up.
you
I
did.
cracked you up so hard by saying what I said. I made you cough.
Yeah, and I'll drink a lemonade to clear that out.
While you're drinking a lemonade, I'm going to make you spit your lemonade. I could give a rat's ass about college football.
Well, I won't be watching on Saturday. That's if we're going to possibly do an NFL show. Then I'll think more about the NFL. I'll be watching that more than college football.
We are doing an NFL show on Saturday nights. I just haven't figured out what time yet.
That's up to you.
Yeah, because I remember I do chillin' on Saturday nights. So I have to either we're going to do the show before chillin' or we're going to do the show after chillin'. You know? So I have to figure out when I'm going to do it. I have to take a poll with my peeps. You know what I mean? With our peeps, with our producer, who's supposed to be producing the show, Josh Lopez, and you, of course, and our good buddy.
I'll be there.
And of course, windbag himself, Frank, and our good and our good buddy Nicholas Turturro. I mean Nicholas Spiva. Yeah. So yeah, I got it. Because I want everybody on that show. That's a good show right there. Talking football for nothing but 2 hours with those clowns? Are you kidding me? You and I could just sit back and not have to talk for 2 hours. It'll be beautiful. It'll be like you and I are on vacation, Sean. We just let the monkeys go. You know what I'm saying? It'll be beautiful.
Let the monkeys go. Yeah, there you go.
You just let the windbag go and you let the Turo go and you just kick back and you do nothing.
Well, here's what the Encyclopedia Man says. I'll be there on the air, Jeff. I'll be there on Saturday nights.
I want you on the air on Saturday nights with us too, you Lopez. You're there too. Bring your 16 million chins as well, you rat bastard.
I'll be there with you people 60 million chins. Jeez.
That's right. Hey, did you take a new selfie? The wrong way
I take
again?
a new selfie.
The wrong way?
Wait a minute. The face is up. It's not down. It was looking up.
You might always be looking up. If I ever see you look down, you're in trouble, mister.
And I have to get scolded by it every stinking time that I have to look down. But I was looking up. I took a new picture. It looks really good.
You did very well, my friend.
Good.
You did very
Sorry
well.
I had trouble with that before.
Well, hey, listen, everybody has trouble with something.
Yeah, we all have things we got to work on.
Hey, did you see... I'm bringing it today, ain't I? I'm really coming at you people with stuff today. Did you see that the NBA... Where am I here? Get over here. Get me to that story. There we are. Did you see that the NBA may alter the draft lottery? Did you hear about this?
No.
NBA is considering modifying its draft lottery process to discourage tanking. How about that? Do you like the idea?
Jeez.
Do you like that idea? Josh, do you like that idea? The NBA is going to is considering modifying its NBA draft lottery process to discourage tanking.
Ugh, boy.
Here's a little bit of the article. It's written by Kelly Dwyer of Ball Don't Lie on Yahoo Sports. Okay? We're not completely sure. Our cable television doesn't touch a sports network unless an actual game is on, so we miss out on a lot of bleeding. But it's likely the NBA had to endure endless criticism during the 2013-2014 season as media types watched teams in Philadelphia, Boston, Utah, Orlando, Toronto, and Phoenix purposely tank. Some squads were better than others at this. Toronto won its division. Phoenix missed the postseason but had a better year than all. Blah, 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 blah. So they don't know what the hell to do yet.
Yeah, there's some controversy, and it's debatable on what they're going to do.
Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Watch this. The proposal, which dominated the lottery reform discussion in league meetings this week, is essentially an attempt to squeeze the lottery odds at either extreme toward a more balanced system in which all 14 teams have a relatively similar chance at the number one pick per sources familiar with the proposal. The goal of this initial proposal is obvious: to prevent out-and-out tanking among the league's very worst teams for the number one pick, equalizing the odds for the 5 worst teams and giving the next few clubs odds very close to that 11% chance. Goes a long way towards removing the incentive to race towards the bottom. That slice of the reform target teams like last season's Sixers and the 2011-2012 Bobcats, both of which rather blatantly constructed rosters designed to be as bad as possible in those particular seasons. The end goal was a 25% chance at the top pick. The NBA's proposal will grant such teams just an 11% shot at it, merely a hair better than the chances for mid-range lottery teams that in some seasons are at least within spitting distance of the playoff race after 40 or so games. By keeping the odds for very best lottery teams at the low side, just 2%, the league is working to avoid building in any incentive for a team chasing the number 8 spot to tank out of the playoffs.
I don't like the idea. Just leave the lottery the way it is. Look what the Encyclopedia Man adds. He goes, yeah, but the team that wins the lottery will be the team LeBron goes to, since the NBA is so butthurt about LeBron. That's well said, buddy.
Well, you want to know something? This is how they should do the lottery. what do they have? 14 teams, right? 14 teams in the lottery, correct?
Yes.
Each team has one lottery ball in there. You see the ball. It's your team logo. So every team has an equal chance. You put one lottery ball in there for every team. Just one. Every team has an equal chance. So when that ball comes up for that person, they're out of the lottery. Done. They got their pick. You know what I mean? How easy is that?
Simple, easy.
This way you get rid of tanking altogether. Tanking is gone. You want to take tanking out? That's how you take tanking out of the game. Every team that doesn't make the playoffs, which is 14 teams, right?
Right.
14 teams that don't make the playoffs, you 14 teams get one lottery ball in there. And then you start from 14 down to freaking 1. Right? Last team left gets the number 1 pick, correct?
Correct.
How difficult is that? Why do I have to be the brains of the outfit? Why do I have to figure everything out for you guys? How simple is that? Put one freaking ball in the hopper for each team that doesn't make the playoffs. You start the hopper and you go, team number 14 is, boom, their logo comes up, they're out. Team number 13 is, boom, 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 all the way down to number 1. The last ball in the hopper gets the number 1 pick. What the heck is going on here? And on that note, we're going to run to our final update of the day. This update is brought to you by Keurig.coffeemachines.com. That's right. You looking for a new coffee machine? You need some coffee? You a tea drinker? Head on over to KeurigCoffeemachines.com. Brewing perfection, one cup at a time. That's KeurigCoffeemachines.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the final update of the day.
Thank you, Jeff, and thank you, everybody. This is the second hour of our sports talk show, Sports World Radio, 7:30 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 4:30 p.m. on the West. Actually, now 7:31 p.m. Eastern, 4:31 p.m. Pacific, July 16th, 2014. In the NFL, here's the news that we got. The Texans, Foster says that he believes that Andre Johnson will stay as a Houston Texan. There are a number of teams that are interested in him. Andre Johnson has come out and said, the team I would actually like to play for would be one of the best quarterbacks who's played the game, and that would be Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. That's one rumor that has been going out. He's been looking at other news. The other news to report is the Dallas Cowboys yesterday released backup quarterback Kyle Orton.
Don't get me started on that.
You've been fired up enough as it is. The other news to report, Armstead retires after 1 year with the New England Patriots. At 23 years of age, Armin Armstead has decided that he will retire and step down from the NFL after 1 year. But could that be forever? The Buffalo Bills are 9 days away from reporting for training camp. The New York Giants are a few like 2 or 3 days away from doing the same thing. Why? Because the NFL Hall of Fame game is coming up August 3rd in Canton, Ohio. And a lot of the other teams for the NFL are reporting to training camp July 25th. A lot of the players are working out. In the NBA, big news for the Charlottes. They have gotten a big piece from the Indiana Pacers. Lance Stevenson has decided, I'm going to take the money and go with the Charlotte Hornets. He denied a 5-year contract offered by the Pacers, which was a $44 million contract, which was on July 1st. And, of course, all the big news coming on that Dwayne Wade resigning with the Miami Heat. LeBron James is all happy about the news. Not only has he had Mike Miller added to the list, but Jones, another guy for the Cavaliers, has signed a deal with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So Cleveland has made a lot of news while Miami has kind of in the rebuilding stage, even though they got Wade and Bosh back in Miami. Tonight on ESPN, it will be the 2014 ESPY Awards. That's coming up in about 27 minutes from now. It'll talk about all the major highlights and all the major things and happenings from the year 2013. Major League Baseball last night was an emotional tearjerker as Derek Jeter steps down from the game for the last time this year. After this year is over, he will retire. Played in his final All-Star game, gave him a standing ovation. It was sad, however, that Major League Baseball didn't pay tribute to Tony Gwynn. The final score of last night's game, the American League 5, the National League 3. So that means whoever represents for the American League, if it's the division or wild card, will have the home field advantage in the World Series. This concludes the last update, and this one was brought to you by CoffeeKeurig-Machines.com. Let's run to commercial.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann, bringing you the best 2 hours of sports talk on the internet. Glad everybody can join us today. We're coming into the home stretch of the show, last half hour of the show. Want to get in touch with us? 619-663-3715. 619-663-3715 is the number to get in touch with us at the show. Sean, you opened up a can of worms, and I'm coming at you. Kyle Orton.
Next story.
Kyle Orton.
Kyle Orton was released yesterday by the Dallas Cowboys.
So now, Brandon Wheaton and Tony Romo are their quarterbacks?
The Cowboys also have Brandon Wheaton, who will be probably the second-string quarterback, and Caleb Haney on the roster as potential backups to Tony Romo.
Hey, Dallas Cowboy fans, you ain't going nowhere. Jerry Jones, your GM skills suck. Because you had the chance of taking Johnny Manziel and you blew it badly. There you go.
Caleb Haney, of course, comes from the Denver Broncos. A little background on him. He is going to be 29 years old on September 11th, and he hasn't had very much experience. So the Cowboys figure we're going to release Kyle Orton, who's like 31 or 33 years old, and we're going to go with a young quarterback.
Yeah, there you go, man. Way to go. Then you got Brandon Wheaton as your backup and freaking Tony Romo as your starting quarterback with some serious back problems. You guys think you're winning the division and winning the Super Bowl this year? You got another thing coming. That's just ridiculous, my friends.
Well, here's what Another thing from the Encyclopedia Man. They would be worse with Manziel. And he goes, yeah, talk about bad luck. A guy with his birthday, 9/11, he cost the Bears. Shaking my head.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
And Jerry Jones continues to say, I have done a magnificent job as general manager of the Dallas Cowboys.
No,
now
he
you release
hasn't.
Kyle Orton.
No, he hasn't.
Releasing Orton adds $1.1275 million in the dead money in 2014 to the Cowboys' salary cap and $2.255 million in dead money in 2015 to the team's cap. So now I have to say that with the Cowboys doing this, where do they go from here? Of course, now they know that Tony Romo is getting himself ready for training camp. Is Jerry Jones just going to open up his mouth and feel like the best thing to do is to say that, okay, we got Tony Romo, our future quarterback, and we have two backups in Brandon Weeden and Caleb Haney on the roster. And does he keep saying, we are going to go all the way this year, Jerry Jones? He probably is going to open. I would not be surprised he says in a few weeks, Cowboys are going to be back.
No, they're not. Yeah, they're gonna be back home watching the playoffs. That's where they're gonna be.
And then Jerry Jones is going to be disgusted if they have to lose in heartbreak on the final weekend to go 8-8 again for a fourth straight year.
It's his own fault, man. He's doing it to the team himself. He's doing it to themselves. He's doing it all by himself. He's screwing them up good.
Well, remember when we changed it to the fastest 2 hours, the Encyclopedia Man, I think I remember you sent me a story that they were hosting, I think college basketball was having the tournament this year down there. They showed Jerry Jones, and he was getting booed by people in Dallas because the Cowboy fans are fed up with it too. Remember what Nick was saying?
Oh, I know they are. They're way fed up with them. Big time fed up with them.
That's why a few days ago, Jeff Escal, the host of Sports World Radio, predicted that the Cowboys would end the season 5-11. I picked them to go 7-9.
7-9. You're giving them a luck. You're giving them some extra wins that they don't deserve.
Well, they won't make the playoffs. They can't overtake the Giants. They were barely lucky to win both games last year. And they've got trouble winning against Philadelphia. They do okay against the Redskins, but Philadelphia and the Giants, that's a problem for the Dallas Cowboys in that NFC East division.
That's a big problem. Josh is saying they're going to go 3-13. Now that's bold right there, Joshy. I love that. That's bold.
That's a good prediction, Encyclopedia Man, because look, Dallas doesn't make it this year even to the playoffs, and they have a bad year. You know darn well Jerry Jones is going to say, bye-bye, Jason Garrett. Now I'm going to go find myself another head coach that can take us to the promised land.
Yeah, that's bold. I like that, though. That's a good, bold prediction right there. I like it. I like it.
And then you know that ESPN and the NFL Network, they're going to blow it out of proportion why the Cowboys didn't make the playoffs and why they can't win the big games.
Exactly. How crazy is that going to be? Right?
Because Cowboy fans haven't forgotten what the last 3 years have given them.
It's crazy. What are you going to do? All the fans are going to be so upset.
And you're going to get a laugh out of it, too, Jeff.
I get
you're
to
say,
laugh.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, because I think it's funny because he's not doing anything. Nothing. Nothing at all to help.
But he probably would end up saying, if he was on the show, he would say, well, I've been here for 25 years. Look at the progress we've made. We've won 3 Super Bowls. Come on, give me a break.
Hey, how many years ago is that, Jerry?
19 years.
Okay, you want to know something, Jerry? It always has been and it always will be. What have you done for me lately? And you know what you've done for the Cowboy fans lately? Not a hill of beans.
And especially the fact that Jeff's got it on paper that the Cowboys since 97 have got a 144 and 145.
The fans don't give a flying crap that you won a freaking Super Bowl 19 years ago. What have you done for them lately? Nothing. That's it. That's how the fans look. And you don't look at it like that, and you're a moron. And you're the worst the worst general manager in all of sports. That includes baseball, basketball, hockey, soccer, bowling, anything that has a general manager in it. You're the worst of them all. You just prove it day in and day out.
And then he probably would say, when my day comes and we win a Super Bowl, I'm going to stick it in all your guys' faces, and you won't have very much to say after that.
You might not be alive to see it, my friend.
He is going to be 72 years old this year.
Exactly. You might not. Hey, you know something, Jerry? I might not be alive to see it. So it won't piss me off if you win one.
19-year drought.
Yeah. How many more years do you want to go? I say we shoot for the record.
He probably is saying, I'll retire. He'll be like Al Davis when Al Davis said, when the Raiders win 2 or 3 more Super Bowls, I'll retire. I think that's what Jerry Jones has in mind. Give me 2 or 3 more Super Bowls, then I'll step down.
And then how many years? And then how many years after he made that statement did he pass away?
None after that, because everything has gone downhill for the Raiders since February of 2003.
Hey, you know what, Jerry? Don't make that statement because you won't live long after that. Please, don't make that statement. But I can almost, if he turns around to and says, they're going to win another Super Bowl before I die. No, I don't think so. The way you're running the team, I don't think so.
Before we run to our final break, here's what he says. Joshy goes, Encyclopedia Man goes, he is dumb and old as Joey Crawford.
Jerry Jones, when it comes to being the general manager of a football team, you're dumb as a bag of rocks. On that note, we're running to our final break of the day. We'll be right back after this quick break. You're listening to Jeff Sean. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta. Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us. And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio, the final segment. As Tom Petty just said, breakdown. We've been breaking it down all show long for you guys. That's right, man. Telling you exactly how we feel about exactly what we're talking about. Because all these other sports guys are afraid to say their real true opinion because they're afraid they're going to get fired from their jobs. I don't give a fig Newton. What MLB did to Tony Gwynn last night was a disgrace.
Yeah, 49 minutes past the hour, our last segment. MLB deserves to be just lots of trouble, and screwing that up is not right at all.
We covered a lot of topics today. I mean, we covered the gamut of topics today. We were all over the place. Talked about the All-Star game and why they and the Tony Gwynn fiasco. We talked about Lance Stevenson going to freaking the Charlotte Hornets instead of freaking staying with Indiana. We talked about freaking Jerry Jones screwing up the Dallas Cowboys and letting Kyle Orton go. We've talked about a lot of things today, didn't we?
We talked about a lot of important things with good perspective and had a blast. And, of course, we went last segment we had before we went to that final break, talked about Jerry Jones and about how he thinks that he has done a phenomenal job as general manager. But, he's going to try to figure out a way to stick it to everybody and then he's going to make Cowboy fans happy when he says, guarantee you the Cowboys are going to win that Super Bowl.
He's killing me, Jerry Jones. You're just killing me, man. Come on. Just killing me for Jiminy Cricket's
Well, remember
sake.
how he sticked it in your face and Giant fans' faces. He goes, I'm going to spoil that Super Bowl party in 2012. And we're going to go in there and we're going to beat the Giants. And he was happy because they won 24-17.
Yeah, well, they haven't won a freaking Super Bowl in 19 years. Meanwhile, the Giants have won 2. That's all I got. Hey, you know what, Jerry Jones? That's all I got to say to you. That's it. What do you got for a final topic, my friend?
The final story that we get to, I'm going to look for it here. The Encyclopedia Man sent me some other information, too, that was really, really good about the, let me see. Talks about, Bud Selig made some other big news. Selig can see a Montreal bid to return to majors. Baseball Commissioner Bud Selig can envision Montreal making a bid to return to the major leagues.
Bud Selig, you couldn't get the freaking All-Star game last night, right? How are you going to get a freaking team in Montreal?
This is a good story, by the way. Thank you, Encyclopedia Man. The Expos joined the National League for the 1969 season, remained in the big leagues through 2014 before they made it to another destination, and that was Washington, D.C., where they became the Nationals. So now he's saying, I can see us bringing Major League Baseball back to Montreal. What do you all think about that?
I can't wait till he leaves. I really can't wait till he leaves because he's really pushing my buttons in the last couple of days, bringing a team to Montreal. Dude, you can't even get the freaking All-Star game right. How the hell are you going to bring a team to Montreal? Fix the All-Star game. Get it off. Whoever wins has home field advantage, number 1. Number 2, fix the freaking wild card. Number 3, you blew the All-Star game last night. 3 strikes and you're freaking out. Don't bring no freak. You know what? When Montreal Expos were in Montreal, I went to a New York Mets Montreal game at the stadium there in Montreal.
Olympic Stadium.
Olympics. What a disgusting pit.
Well, you have to remember that Montreal always averaged about 4,000, 5,000 fans per game. Montreal is more of a hockey town than it is the baseball town.
Well, yeah. Who the hell serves Montreal hot dogs at a baseball game? The hell is that all about?
Don't know.
It was. That's what. You know what? Now I know why the Expos left. Because it was a pit. And it was disgusting. I hated it. It was gross.
It did not have an attraction, too.
Olympic Stadium was disgusting, man. Now I know why they left.
And now Bud Selig is saying, I can envision a baseball day in Montreal where baseball is back in that place and that we could maybe have a new team called Montreal Expos or some new team there.
How the hell does Floyd Mayweather be a nominee of the best athlete of the year when he's afraid to fight Manny Pacquiao? Riddle me that one, Batman. He's afraid that he's bypassing Manny Pacquiao because he's afraid that Manny Pacquiao is going to kick the crap out of him, so he won't fight him. But he's nominated as best athlete of the year? Scratch my nuts. That's ridiculous. That is truly ridiculous. The guy fights, what, twice a year? And he's getting best athlete of the year? Bunch of freaking morons. Ridiculous. Unstinking believable. That's just disgusting. The guy's afraid to fight Manny Pacquiao, and he's nominated as best athlete of the year. Bull donkeys.
No chance.
Unbelievable.
But going back to it, though, for baseball in Montreal, Jeff, would you approve of that?
No. I don't want no freaking baseball team in Montreal. Let me ask you a question. Okay? And Toronto Blue Jays should get out of Toronto, too. Let me ask you a question. What is baseball?
National pastime.
Okay. Whose national pastime?
America.
There you go. There you go. Is Toronto in America?
No.
Is Montreal in America?
No.
Exactly.
Toronto's up in Ontario and Montreal.
Exactly. They're in Canada, for Jiminy Cricket's sakes. Okay? Baseball is America's national pastime, correct?
Yes.
Game should be played in America, for Jiminy Cricket's sakes, man.
But Bud Selig believes that it would be better for the league if they could have a team back in Montreal.
Why don't you put a freaking team in London, for Christ's sakes, then? Put a team in Australia. Why don't you do that?
While the Expos failed to draw 1 million spectators to Olympic Stadium in any of their final 7 seasons, a total of 96,350 fans attended a pair of exhibition games there in March. And, of course, Jeff remembers it.
Hey, you want to know something?
Mets played, yeah.
We get more fans listening to the show than Expo fans at that stadium. Okay? I hate to tell you, more people listen to this show than went to those games when the Expos were in Montreal. I'm just saying. And you want to put another team there? I'm just saying. You're crazy, Bud Selig. You're freaking nuts.
I remember when, sorry for being Homer again here, but I remember when the Red Sox played Montreal there, and of course there was hardly any Expo fans there. There were more Red Sox fans than there were Expo fans. That's why I disagree with it, just like you, Jeff. I don't think it'd be wise. Montreal should just enjoy their hockey, the Montreal Canadiens, because that's what they're always used to for their sports, is the Canadiens instead of the Expos.
Damn, Skippy, that's just not right. Hey, you got a hard enough time filling stadiums in America, and you want to freaking go to back to Montreal? No way. Okay, no way. He says, "Oh, we're making money. We're making lots of money now. We're making money." Yeah, great. Don't expand, jackass. Keep making the money you're making. Don't expand. You know what happens when you expand? You bring another 30 or 40 people and all these other people to work. Guess what? Major League Baseball ain't making so much more money now, are they? Unstinkable. Why do I have to be the voice of reason to be able to figure it out? What's up with that? Unstinking believable. I'm getting tired of all these sports talk radio guys who are politically correct, who are not starting to speak their mind, just spewing garbage that their bosses want them to spew because they can't really say what they want to say. Well, you're not going to get that there, but you know what? You are going to get that here. I say what's on my mind. If you don't like it, change your freaking channel. If you like it, great. Come back for more. And speaking of that, we'll be back tomorrow for another 2 hours of sports talk. Remember, we start this show every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West. And if you live in the Central,
figure it out for yourself.
Damn Skippy. For Sean Mann, I'm Jeff Escal. This has been Sports World Radio. Remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable. Peace out, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. Later.
Goodbye.
Hey, boy, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, kid. So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?